why it's a clockwork game after. So she's got food in each. I'm a young puppy. Having a sit stay helps, right? So I'm in a sit stay. She goes, good. She brings her hands to her face and she pulls them off to the side. And I go like this. She doesn't say anything. And then I go, and she rewards me, right? She clicks when I find her face. I'm preoccupied by the food. I care a lot about it. It's just, what's the criteria?
Yeah, how do you open?
I would break that. I'm sorry, I should have said that part because that's a totally different training. Oh. Right now, it's just, can I find your face when I know there's value on either side? This is teaching the dog to stay off of the hands, right? This is teaching them to watch the face. So here's the first step. Sit, stay, good sit. Feet in place to maintain the sit, stay. Let me bring my hands to my face and draw them away. If you're really proud, oh, you think it's there, you think it's there, you think it's there. You need a sit, stay so the dog doesn't sit and mess with the hands, right? Because otherwise you're going, hey, no, sit. So make sure you got a solid sit, stay. And then I find your face, and she clicks, I click, and then you could feed in place. Remember, that's reward placement. But you might get a little bit more energy because this is going to be tied to healing later if you go and you move and let me chase the food. And then I break out, I get to chase the food, express myself. I go, ooh, that was fun. I come back, sit, good. Feet in place, another rep. Boom, brings the hands away. Boom, I find her face, she rewards.
Do you throw the food or you just chase in the hand?
I chase the hand. That's what I do. So for me, I go like this. Ooh, bam. And I let him chase the food. And sometimes it's, and they miss, and they come back and get it. So it's just a little burst of energy. Because I want them to feel like enthusiastic. I want them to expect that. And later I attach it to healing, they're like, oh, I like this game, right? You're providing energy. So once it's solid from the front, she's gonna proof it. So she draws her hands out. No longer am I fighting for the hands. I'm watching her face. She's good. And she starts moving her hands a little bit. Keep them moving. Keep them moving. Boom, and she rewards. So now she's proofing me. I look at the hands. They don't stop moving. They don't contrast by stopping because that could be interesting. She keeps them going. I get bored. I look at her face. She clicks and rewards. The dog goes, I got it. This game, no matter what the hands are doing, is about the eyes. Very quickly, though, you want to evolve this, though, so it's not from the front. Because if you do too much time in the front, by the time you get to heel, the dog's going, I'm going to fight for the front, because that's where all the value's been. So you get past that. I'm in the same spot. She takes one step around the clock, right? So she's at 12 o'clock. She goes into 2 o'clock. Does the same thing, but I'm still facing this way.
What if your dog corrects himself and faces you?
And I would proof the preliminary skill is, can your dog sit and can you walk a circle around them? Good. Come back, feed them in place. So if you can't walk a circle around your dog while they're in a sit stay, they're probably going to be going and following you around. So that's a preliminary skill. So then she puts herself in 2 o'clock, does this, repeats the whole thing. Eyes out, I'm watching. Boom, she rewards, breaks me out if she wants, feeds in place, it doesn't matter. Then I'm doing great there, she moves closer to heel. Does the same thing. Hands are out here, I'm like this. Click. By the time you get to here, this 4 o'clock position, this is where I start paying really close attention to reward placement. So when you're click, this is when, and you're probably more like that. And then, just because it's one step closer, but not exactly heel position. So I'm looking here, but when you click and feed, you're going to feed me here.
Okay.
So I'm no longer, I know the criteria is through the eyes. I'm not chasing this hand, but she's going to start making this hand relevant because food's going to come from it. And what you'll find is the dog then will start going, they don't care about this hand anymore, but they'll start watching the face, but they'll start angling up like this to be closer when that happens. And then click, boom, I did it, right? And at that point, I could break them up by pitching food to the outside, but I still want their energy that way. And then by the time that I'm really good at this, you get yourself actually in heel position. You start with your hands there. I'm watching now the side of your face, because I'm also banking on this thing. You're moving your hands, you're swinging them around, I don't fall for it, and all of a sudden, boom, I take it off to the side. And the dog expects to be rewarded there. That keeps the head up and high. You can even overcompensate by feeding off to the left a little bit, and they don't fall for the hands anymore. Because you systematically taught them there's no strategy. It's not that it's the worst strategy is to go for the hands. The best strategy is to focus on the face. So these things are in place when you get to the bucket.